You're watching Pyro Media Network.
Feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's the reach. We ready. Who ready?
Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Sometimes the only word on planet Earth that covers your feeling is fuck.
Agreed.
That's the only word.
Sometimes it is the only word available to describe a particular feeling.
Agree. I think it should go on the feelings wheel.
It's a great idea.
Great
Pops.
idea.
That's a great idea.
Happiness, grateful,
It's Friday. It's Friday. TGIF. It's Friday. It's Friday. TGIF.
That's
What
what's
is
good.
going on, y'all? Happy Friday to you all. I am joined by the handsome, the melanated, the national supervisor. Look at him looking sharp. There he is, Lighty. What is up, King?
Hey, everybody. It's good to be here.
Yes. Now, we weren't supposed to have you today because you were supposed to be out saving the world as you usually do, but you came on to stop by. We thank you for your service and your presence, sir.
Well, I miss you, and I miss the people. So,
Yes, we love you. Y'all make sure you guys hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Let people know what is going on in this building. Shout out to all and everybody in here. We appreciate you. And also those who are watching on the replay. So thank you guys for watching and appreciate you guys. Dr. Holt is in the middle. What is up? He said, look at the grandest of all missionaries. Greetings to all. Yes. Greetings. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on through. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's why I wasn't on. Okay, there we go. All right. Shout out to all of you guys. Make sure you guys, who is texting me? Girl, I am live. You know I'm live. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well on today. It is Friday, y'all. We have a lot to cover. I want to welcome you guys on in. Shout out to all of our mods, to our gladiators, aka gladiators. Shout out to you and thank you for keeping the streets safe. Today, we have a lot to cover today, y'all. We're going to be talking about President Joe Biden, Uncle Joe, and the situation that's going on in Israel. And we're going to be talking about Angel Reese. Angel Reese is going to be on the streets. I got some words about the commentary that's going on with her. Also, we're going to be talking about Nate, good old Big Dak Nate, allegedly Big Dak. We're going to talk about it because he's still on the chopping block. So we're going to check him out. And y'all know Diddy ain't running the city anymore. He is still on the block street. So definitely tune in today. And we're going to talk about him and his son, like father, like son, child. like father, like son. But there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on. He's been spotted, so we're going to talk about that as well. While we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and get into these housekeeping notes. Make sure that you guys go ahead and check out Bullet. Ooh. I'll be in and out, y'all. No worries, Dr. Holt. We know it's Friday and it's the last day. We got to clean up today. We got to knock out all of the last minute stuff for work. I know I have to rush on today because I have a couple of photo shoots today to do. So it's going to be a tight squeeze today. So we're going to make sure we get everything in. Shout out to everybody working and doing that 9 to 5. Shout out to everybody that is making a living on today. Make sure you guys follow Pyro Media Network on all social media platforms. That's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, la-da-da-da. And also, if you have not joined the hotspot, make sure that you guys join the hotspot immediately. That's right, patreon.com/Pyro Media. Head over there because we were cutting up last night. Mona and I were cutting up last night on Pyro Cocktail Hour. So make sure that you guys check that out. Watch it on the replay for your at your leisure. All right, y'all. I think that it's it for no. We don't have any programming adjustments. No. We're good. I think we're good to go. Yeah, that's it. All right, y'all. We got some breaking news. Let's go ahead and get into this breaking news right now. We'll see you on the other side. All right, y'all, we got some breaking news right out of New York, like literally right before we came on. I was actually on the phone with my mom this morning, who is in New York, and everything was good. And then when we got off the phone, this broke. So it was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake was reported in Lebanon, New Jersey, and was felt in New York City. Take a look.
After an extremely rare occurrence in the New York City area, a magnitude 4.7 earthquake has hit the tri-state. People across the tri-state asking, was that really an earthquake? Did you feel that? The answer is yes. This earthquake centered in New Jersey, in Hunterdon County, about 5 miles west of Bedminster, about 50 miles west of New York City. And we're getting reports all over the tri-state of people feeling the shaking from this very rare earthquake to hit New York City. It's from Long Island all the way west out into New Jersey. And now we're trying to get the sense of if there was any damage. And of course, what are the impacts of this rare magnitude 4.7 earthquake confirmed by the U.S. Geological Survey. Storm Team 4's Dave Price is with me as well right now as we try to get a sense of, wrap our heads around, wow, it's a wow moment, Dave, for something like this to happen. Everybody in this building and other places around New York felt a little bit of shaking. What can you tell us about this magnitude 4.7 earthquake?
Well, the earthquake was centered in Tewksbury, just about 40 miles as the crow flies from Newark, New Jersey, recorded at 10:23 this morning. We're getting reports that it could be felt as far north as Albany. We're getting reports from Pennsylvania out through Long Island. Governor Kathy Hochul tweeting a few minutes ago, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake, according to her tweet, hit west of Manhattan, has been felt throughout New York. My team is assessing impacts and any damage that may have occurred.
Okay, I was muted, my bad. But what I'm getting from my people back home is that it wasn't as crazy as they're making it sound to be. It's not like a California earthquake, but it was a bit of a shake. It was a bit of a stir. My mom said that she thought that a truck had drove by in the residential area, so she thought that was the case. But she didn't. It wasn't like anything that was damaging or shaking the house or anything like that. My brother said that my niece felt it when she's in upstate New York in college. A shout out to her. But she said that she felt it and she was a little scared. So, but I get it, niece. Don't let daddy scare you. Don't let daddy play you. I get it. I don't do earthquakes. That might be hereditary for us, niece. But I don't do earthquakes. I don't like earthquakes. But I'm glad that everyone is safe. There was no reported fatality. So thank God for that. So we just got to keep an eye out. It's very rare that earthquakes happen in New York because of the way the land is and the tectonic plates are. So it's just really interesting that these are happening. We're getting earthquakes in Taiwan. We're getting earthquakes, everywhere. California is usually the place that gets these type of things. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We have to, keep everything in prayer, because earthquakes they're not something that we can at this juncture pre-warn ourselves on. So we'll see how it goes. All right, next up, President Joe Biden told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the overall humanitarian situation in Gaza is unacceptable, and warned Israel to take steps to address the crisis or face consequences. A stark statement from Israel's staunchest ally. So this is, let's just take a look at what's going on, because and I'm going to fast forward through certain points because it's a long video, but
we need to go to Secretary of State Blinken. He is in Brussels. Let's listen in and we'll come back to that.
And I made clear then the commitment of the United States to Israel's security and to ensuring that October 7th could never happen again. I also underscored Israel's moral, strategic, and legal requirements to protect civilians and provide humanitarian assistance to those who needed it. Now, of course, what happened after October 7th could have ended immediately if Hamas had stopped hiding behind civilians, released the hostages, and put down its weapons. But Israel is not Hamas. Israel is a democracy. Hamas, a terrorist organization. And democracies place the highest value on human life. Every human life. As has been said, whoever saves a life saves the entire world.
What are your thoughts on all of this? I know this has been a huge talking point for the right against Joe Biden. I know that this is something that the liberals, that liberal media is really frustrated on, and the left is also frustrated on with President Joe Biden as well. But in addition to all of that, like, this is a very sensitive topic, but it's also something that we're looking at. Like, some of us are side-eyeing Netanyahu. It's like, what's going on? And this latest situation with going on that happened with the foreign aides that were unalived, that was not something that was expected, number one. And number two, it shows negligence, and it's like, we're not, it's not helping the cause. So what are your thoughts on all this, Darius?
So I want to say first, I recognize Israel's right to defend itself. Let's not forget how this all started. At the same time, I think that Israel has indiscriminately targeted and killed a lot of innocent Palestinian people who had nothing to do with Hamas. Those people are pretty much in a state of famine almost. They have nowhere else to go. The region is unstable. And at this point, I feel like to some extent, Israel is playing in our faces. And I think as the major backer of Israel, the one who has been supplying Israel with funding, with weapons, I think it's time to call them to the carpet and say, look, niece, you're going to do this, this, and this, or we're going to do this, this, and this. And I think it's time for Joe Biden. And I understand, because they are an independent country, but at the same time, they rely heavily on our support. And I think it's time for us to really leverage that support and really say in really stark terms, you're going to do this, this, and this, or we going to do this, this, and this, or we're not going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, and it's looking like the situation with this is it's looking like, and we've been really cautious at Pyro Media, about how we approach this topic, because it's a very sensitive topic. It's also a very complex topic. And as you said, we do recognize that, every country has a right to defend themselves, to protect themselves from terrorists and foreign adversaries. But at the same time, if you are calling yourself a democracy, there is certain rules and regulations and things that you have to pay attention to when it comes to being a democracy, and that is paying attention to human life. So and all human life, that regardless if they are a part of your country or not, you know. And so it's a difficult situation, but this is starting to look a little weird optically. It's starting to look a little weird. It's starting to be very uncomfortable. And when I say starting, I mean it's been. You know,
I mean, it's weird. I mean, people are dying.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't imagine what those people are going through. They have lost their homes. They've lost everything. They've lost loved ones, friends.
Yeah.
They are literally almost starving.
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess. But we're gonna keep, like I said, we're gonna keep everybody in prayer. We've been doing that. We're gonna continue to do so. And we'll see how all of this pans out. So that is it for breaking news. It is time to get into and you know what? I'm gonna do and hopefully we'll see if we can get Darius to do a like a pre-recorded taping of this, but I want to deep dive into that a little more. But I want to do it in Patreon because, you know, people have lost their jobs and their livelihood off of this particular situation. So I want to make sure that what I say is clear and concise and also protected by a paywall. So but we're gonna get into what's happening today. Today is National Self-Care Day. National Self-Care Day is observed every year on April 5th all across the U.S. In the hustle and bustle of life, we tend to put our needs and well-being on the back burner at times. Taking care of oneself is integral to keep functioning properly. Our minds and bodies require adequate rest and care for optimal health and well-being. This day emphasizes the importance of self-care as the basis for good health. It's also a day when individuals are encouraged to prioritize self-care and make it a habit. Shout out to everybody doing self-care. It's very important. You need to incorporate that into your everyday life. It is something that helps your mental health and and other people's well-being too. Because if listen, sometimes you want to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? You want to just elbow some people. You know, lay hands. But not having self-care, get it aligned, you know, prevents.
And you know what? I think every day you should establish some time every day to have.
Yeah, just a couple of moments. Like, it doesn't have to be 5 hours. You can do like a 30 minutes a day. You know, and then, you know, say that's what I do. I do at least like 30 to 40 minutes a day. You know, of something where I'm just kind of taking a break and unplugging from the world and unplugging from social media. So but I encourage you guys to do that too. All right, y'all, it's time for birthday shout outs. Let's make this quick. We have a lot of birthdays today, but I'm only doing 2. We are still in Aries season, so shout out to all of the Aries out there, you fire signs, you fiery people.
I guess
you better stop. Cupcake. Is Cupcake in the chat? Okay, good night. So first up is happy birthday goes to Sterling K. Brown, you fine chocolate man. Born April 5th, 1976 in St. Louis, Missouri. Sterling Kelby Brown is an American actor. He has made his breakthrough in 2016 for portraying prosecutor Christopher Darden in the first season of the FX anthology series American Crime Story, for which he won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or Movie. In the same year, he began starring as Randall Pearson in the NBC drama series This Is Us, a role which earned Brown his second Emmy in 2017 for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, as well as his first Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series Drama, and his first Screen Actors Guild Awards for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Drama Series and Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series. You better get these accolades, sir. Fine self. All right, now we got to start finding shirtless pictures. No, not on this show. We saved that for Patreon, Dr. Holt. What is wrong with you? Anyway, shout out to you, Sterling K. Brown, your fine self. All right, next up, honorable mentions goes to none other than Pharrell Williams, born April 5th, 1973 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Pharrell Lancilo Williams is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, entrepreneur, and fashion designer. Williams and Chad Hugo comprise the record production duo The Neptunes, producing hip-hop and R&B music. He is the lead vocalist of the band Nerd, N-E-R-D, that he formed with Hugo and childhood friend Shay Haley. He released his first solo single, Frontin', in 2003 and followed up with his debut solo album, In My Mind, in 2006. Is Pharrell a gal? Does anyone know? You know what?
I just love Pharrell. I love his music.
I like his music too.
I love his creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it don't really matter to me if he's a gal or not because, baby, you know, my radar don't go off of him, so it don't matter.
Yeah, it's you know, I would like to go to lunch with him, but I don't think I would want to go to bed with him. He's not my, I don't think he's my type. Nice man, beautiful gowns. Let's move on. Happy birthday to you, sir. And happy birthday to everybody that was born on April 5th, 2000, well, whatever year, but happy birthday, everybody's born April 5th. All right, y'all, we're going to pay some quick bills real quick. Once we do that, we'll get back and we're going to get into the rundown. We have a lot to talk about today, so stay tuned. Make sure you invite everybody that you can, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19. But their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
Hey pilots, did you know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bullet in Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bullet in Flight Radio.
And we're black, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe. It does help the algorithm, and it helps you join the Pyromaniacs. What is going on, Sean Talks? What is going on? Oop, there you are. All right, what is going on, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
Sean is that girl. Shout out to her. Make sure you guys are following Sean Talks on YouTube if you haven't done so already. She is that church queen, okay? She lets you know what's going on. All right, we love you, sis. Thanks for joining in. All right, y'all, it's time for the rundown. But before we go into the rundown, we want to shout out one of my good sisters, our good sis, Mona. Shout out to Ramona for her succulent eyes. Succulent Eye. If you have not gotten any of her glasses, go to succulenteyes.com, and that's Succulent Eyes with a Z. And make sure that you guys support. I'm wearing the glasses of the day. I'm going to do it in honor of her. Yes. I got this from Succulent. I have another one, but I forgot to pull it out. But this is what I wore last night for Pyro Cocktail Hour. Shout out to Succulent Eyes. All right. Yes. All right. I might keep this on. This is kind of cute. All right. Let's get back to the show. It's time for the rundown, y'all. Actually, I need this one because this one is blue light blocking glasses. All right. Mona, if you hear this, make sure that you get me some blue light blocking glasses. I need to know when they come into the stock. First up, this story was sent in by Darius. Looking good. Yes, he is.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, support our own. Indeed, support Black-owned businesses. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this first story. This story was sent in by one of our pyromaniacs. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for letting me know what's going on with this. I just found this out the other day yesterday. And I said, we got to talk about this. So the chapters of both Kappa Sigma fraternity and Alpha Phi International Women's Sorority at Washington University in St. Louis have been temporarily suspended pending the results of a student conduct investigation after an incident that the Schools Association of Black Students, ABS, is calling a hate crime. Take a look at this.
Our top story, claims of racism on the campus of WashU, the incident that led to the suspension of a fraternity and sorority.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. Mike Bush has the night off. Tonight, Black students at Washington University are calling on their school to take more action. As 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon explains, this comes after a disturbance in a dining hall that students say included racial slurs against workers.
They start going on tables and dancing and like jumping and screaming.
This student asked not to be identified due to what students call hateful language being used towards those who are speaking out. This student was in the Bear's Den, a WashU dining hall also known as BD.
The volume is kind of getting louder and we hear like stumbling and people coming in from both doors. And I'm like, oh, hell no. They're like, clear the area, clear the area. They're screaming, kind of like belligerent.
It was last month. The student walked out only to return to see things had escalated.
Eggs splattered all over the floor. There's spit on the door that we opened.
The student believes it was pledges for Greek organizations. The student tells me one of the workers indicated a pledgee made a racial slur.
We're talking black workers.
Yes, black workers, like black workers. There's a level of hesitancy to speak about it because they're in a vulnerable state of they have jobs to maintain.
In a statement, WashU said we would take any allegations of disruptive or harassing behavior very seriously. We're committed to creating a campus environment where all feel welcome and respected, and where every member of our community is treated fairly with due process.
This is a
very real result that we're seeing right now of why DEI is so important in educating our scholars and the staff and having policies put in place that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion.
It's demoralizing to.
Our top story claims of
Okay,
racism.
so
on the
I
campus of
wanted to
WashU.
get back
The incident that led to the
to the story because I'm really frustrated with this. I think this is some BS. I definitely think this is something that has been going on. Dr. Holt says, and this is why I forever and advocate for historically Black colleges and universities. It's frustrating because you have these sororities and fraternities of I think what is the there's Pan-Hellenic, and then there's what's the other one?
It's the National Pan-Hellenic.
Yes, but is that us? Or is that,
that National NPAC is your historically Black fraternities and sororities.
So what's the white ones?
Pan-Hellenic.
Pan-Hellenic. Okay, so the Pan-Hellenic ones, they're the ones that do stuff like this where they take pledging to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, or rushing rather. They do rushes. And I think we are the ones that pledge. But it's just frustrating because it's like, hey, Michaela, what's up, Queen? It's just frustrating because it's like students want to go and have a wonderful student life experience. Like they are going away. Some of them are spending their family are spending their last to get them into school so they can have a better life. And they're furthering their education to better their lives. And for them to have to go through this type of BS is really, really frustrating. What are your thoughts on this, Darius?
So I speak as someone who is a member of a fraternity, someone who did go through a pledge process.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the first to say that is not pledging or rushing is not what a fraternity or sorority is supposed to be about. It's about brotherhood. It's about sisterhood. Mm-hmm. It's about networking. It's about helping your communities. It's about building the future leaders of tomorrow. The pledging process, in theory, is supposed to bond those folks that are in that process together. Oftentimes what we see is incidents where people are getting into trouble, they're getting hurt, people are getting kicked out of school, there are lawsuits being filed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fraternal organizations have to move away from some of this stuff. There's this school of thought that if you didn't quote unquote pledge your quote unquote paper,
mm-hmm.
You're not real if you didn't come through the way that I came through.
Right.
Now, knowing what I know now, if I was around my fraternity brothers and some things were going on that I thought was questionable or could get me subpoenaed in the courtroom, baby, I'm exiting the door.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm out the door.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dr. Holt has been, and even Mona has been advocates, even you have been advocates of HBCUs and making sure that, we are having our students and our future go to schools that accept us and that they have an experience that is a little safer. We're not saying that everywhere is perfect. There's always going to be issues everywhere, right? But it's different when it's our own, when we're cultivating.
But this is particularly... This is a slightly different story in that I'm assuming that the perps in this story are white and that
they are.
Workers,
So
the workers at the school are Black and that there were racial slurs used against them. So, baby, I ain't with it.
Yeah, so the chapters of Kappa Sigma is a white fraternity.
Yes.
And then the Alpha Phi International Women's Sorority. The Association of Black Students, which is the ABS, their student council for that school is raising hell on this. So Dr. Holt says both my parents are in Greek lettered organizations, and they both said now granted they did some silly stuff, but that's a bit much and over the top. Listen, sororities and fraternities are going to do their thing, right? It's a bunch of young kids doing a bunch of young shit, right? And so that's not the issue. The issue is when you go in and you go above and beyond, because I've always noticed that it's not it seems to be the white fraternities and sororities that go a little bit too far. Like they just want to push the envelope because they can, and they can say, oh, and those that are pledging rushing can't, tell the truth, and say, oh, I'm a part of the sorority or part of this fraternity, so nothing falls back on them, allegedly. So that I think they always try to push the envelope. Let's see how many N-words we can throw out there. Let's see how many blackface, we can put on. Let's see how much, we can bother the black students in the school. Let's see how much we can do to push the envelope. Let's see how much we can do to do controversial things that we know is controversial, that we know is not cool, but we're going to try it anyway. So
because you talk about it, I'm sure some of those folks felt threatened. I'm sure there was some sort of destruction of property. Mm-hmm. So now you're making the campus unsafe.
Yeah.
Not only for students, but for the people that work there.
Absolutely.
And that school needs to take action.
Absolutely. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and we'll see how it goes. Next up, Angel Reese. Angel Reese has been a topic for a while these past couple of weeks, but she's been a topic over the past couple of years, honestly, in the manosphere, in sports. And I want to address something when it comes to her, but before I do, I want to show you a video that went viral regarding a press conference she did this week. Take a look.
Like, I'm still a human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then.
So the rest of it just kind of shows her. I wanted to make it quick, but the rest of it shows her accolades and what she does and how she's a beast on them courts. Listen, I have a problem with how people are coming at her. They need to give this poor baby some mental help. I want to hug her, but I want her to be strong because she got to go to the Pro Series now.
So I'm not familiar with this story. So what is the background? What's the
Angel Reese? Angel Reese is really like a star when it comes to college women's basketball right now. She has been in the headline. Her talent is unparalleled. She's a dope player. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I am a sports enthusiast or a sports aficionado. I'm not. So I'll leave that to you guys who love sports. But from what I've seen in pop culture news, she is, she's dope. She's a really good player. Mm-hmm. The issue that people are having with her is that she talks a lot of shit. She's a shit talker. She's aggressive. You know how they always label a black woman aggressive. And I get frustrated when it comes to black women, especially in sports, when they're being told, oh, she's aggressive or she's a shit talker, but y'all don't say anything about the shit talker males, who are playing on the men's teams. They talk shit all the time. That's a part of their culture, and you just play the game. And there was this thing where, recently with Caitlin Clark, who's another player, where they were saying, oh, she was talking shit with Caitlin Clark, but they're actually friends. They're cool. Mm-hmm. And they even came out and said, oh, we're friends. We're cool. Like everything's, it's not a problem. I just don't like this backlash that's coming after her about how she's aggressive and how she's, that she should, now she's the villain and all this stuff, whatever. They labeled her a villain. And they expect her, to all the time. Everything is so sensitive. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's a game. It's a basketball game.
I think there's a couple truths that we have to acknowledge here.
Mm-hmm.
One, this young lady, I think she has every right to be herself. I think in sports there is a certain amount of what do we call it? Because I don't want to curse.
Shit talking.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of shit talking that just happens. It just comes. Mm-hmm. It happens in sports.
Yeah.
Because she's a black woman, I think
right.
For some, this is why it's being highlighted or emphasized. I would say to this young lady, which I'm sure she already knows this, understand the world in which we live, understand the world in which you're in right now. Understand that this world does not like strong Black women.
Yes.
It don't like strong Black people, but it definitely does not like strong Black women.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to have a thick skin because you're in the public's eye.
Right. Now, this young lady had said something that I felt like summed it up. Take a look.
I'll say this: I really enjoy villains.
Mm-hmm.
I like villains. I like villains more than most. But why is she a villain? Because of what she does on the court?
She said she was.
Who made her the villain?
She said she was the villain. Self-proclaimed.
Who made her the villain? Because someone made her the villain, and it wasn't her. She was being herself and bragging the same way that all athletes brag when they win, when they hit a big shot, when they do this. I've seen it a million times, but we don't talk about them the way that we talk about Angel Reese. So it's very easy to say that we're just going to eliminate the fact that she is a young girl and eliminate the fact that she is a Black girl and eliminate the fact that she's an unapologetic Black girl. We could take all that out. I love playing the we don't see color game. We don't see gender game. Let's do that. Do we talk about men who brag after winning or hitting a big shot the way that we talk about Angel Reese? I'll clear it up for you. We don't do segments about that because it's very common. We're used to seeing it. It's absorbed differently. There's an expectation of how Angel Reese is supposed to act. The reason we know that is because of the reaction that we got from her. And when she did that to Caitlin Clark last year, people didn't like it. Men do that all the time. Joe Burrow, we could pull up so many clips of men doing this, and this, and this, and this, and this. We ask for a lot of authenticity from players. We ask for the real. We ask for emotions. We ask for interviews. We ask for not the cans. Congrats to Caitlin Clark in Iowa. I'm going to make my decision next year. Appreciate you all coming out. We just didn't play our best today. We could have been better. We didn't play our best today. We could have on to Cincinnati, right? We don't like that, right? We want the real. We want the interviews. We want the authenticity. We want the emotion. But then when we get that, don't do that. Don't do that. Be the person that we've put you up here to be. Be the person that someone else said you were because you gloated, because you did something that men do all the time. What I'm trying to say is she didn't make herself the villain. She showed up unapologetically herself in the same way that men do all the time.
But that's everybody. That's everybody.
Every Tuesday night in January. No, they don't.
But
they don't get the same thing. They don't get the same thing, and that's why she's in this position.
But we don't.
That's exactly it. They don't get the same type of treatment, and that's exactly why Angel Reese is in this position, because she's not getting rather the same grace that her male counterparts are getting.
That's what it is. It's a double standard.
Dr. Holta, and now breaking news: LeBron James' son has entered the NBA draft. Yes, I saw that earlier, but I'm not a sports guy. But if it interests y'all, happy draft day for LeBron James' son. Go sports! Yay! Sean says they really don't want the girls to play anymore. They just, that's what it really is. That's what it really is. And to that point, Whoopi Goldberg announced this week on The View that there is going to be a channel dedicated to women's basketball. So shout out to them for being able to do that and come together to make that happen. So shout out. The fans did it, plain and simple. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, next up. Really quickly, I'm going to move quickly through this because this is not our news. So we're just going, it's just pop culture. So we're just going to do it. In a recent legal development, Angelina Jolie's lawyers have made shocking allegations against her ex-husband, Brad Pitt, claiming that the actor had a history of physical abuse towards Jolie that began before the widely publicized 2016 plane incident. The incident, which occurred during a flight from France to Los Angeles, led to Jolie filing for divorce and sparked a contentious legal battle between the former Hollywood power couple. The pair's years-long legal dispute is over their French winery, Chateau Marval, in France, and their shared ownership. Jolie's legal team recently filed a motion seeking to release communications that they argue would demonstrate Pitt's alleged abusive behavior towards Jolie prior to the 2016 plane incident. The court documents claim that Pitt had a pattern. Pitt had a pattern of physical abuse towards Jolie, which escalated to include their children during the fateful plane journey. The couple who purchased Chateau Maraval estate in 2008 and later ventured into winemaking with the Perrin family each owned that's why the Perrin family is rich. Each owned a 50% share in the property. Following their divorce, Jolie sold her stake in the winery to a Russian oligarch, leading to a lawsuit from Pitt alleging obstruction and unfair sale of her ownership.
I'm really tired of talking about them.
I don't even...
One, they already divorced. And see, this is the thing. When you separate, you need to separate on all levels. I don't need to be divorcing you, and I'm still in business with you.
I'm still in business? What is going on?
When I'm done with you, I'm done with you on every level.
But and I can see why they're still in like this contentious battle, because the Perrin family, to go in business with the Perrin family, it's a big deal. Like that's they're a very wealthy family. So and they
just for me, I can't do business with you. We're gonna separate. We're gonna go our own separate ways.
Okay, let's take Caucasian problems next. You're right.
It's crazy. Just if y'all can't amicably work together, just separate.
Just go. What's going on, Nate? How you doing?
Hey, Nate.
It's Nate. Hi, Nate. Nathan Wade, who recently went viral for his relationship with Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis. Fani, right? I did say Fani.
District attorney.
District attorney.
Of Fulton County.
Of the Fulton County. Okay, is wrapped up in a legal battle with his wife. With his ex-wife, excuse me. According to Fox News, Jocelyn Wade is accusing him of failing to pay her court-ordered expenses and says he should be held in contempt of court. According to new divorce filings, Jocelyn Wade alleged that her estranged husband previously agreed to take care of her medical expenses earlier this year, but failed to pay the court-ordered expenses, which is contributing to... What did she say? They say he, you know what?
I'm putting the investigator on it right now.
That's right. They say, which is contributing to a worsening health condition that could necessitate emergency intervention.
Hello, the gadget.
Right. Hello.
Yes, I need you to investigate. I need you to find out if Nathan Wade is a meat stretcher.
Yeah, we are meat stretcher.
You let us know that by Monday. If he's you on it right now, girl, call Fonnie and get the tea. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
We don't know by this afternoon.
We appreciate you using you using your resources. That we understand that this is a strange economy, so we appreciate you using resources for Pyro Power Hour. Shout out to you. All right, so I don't know what he definitely gives meat market, honey. Listen. I don't know what's going. What is she saluting him? I'm sick of y'all. Y'all are a mess this morning. I do think that there's something going on with his dangalang, because there's no way you got all these girls wrapped up around you like this. This is crazy. He's in ATL? Oh, how you know? I can't deal with y'all. I have a cousin who works in Fani's office. I'll find out. Oh, we need to have a meeting in the missionary's office at 5:00 today. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm on it. My investigator's on it.
We appreciate everybody for their investigative journalism. Thank you. But yes, what are your thoughts on this all? I mean, I don't think that this is unfair for her to ask, but at the same time, it's like, girl.
First of all, I don't even understand why.
Oop, you broke up.
Even like big news. I mean,
there you go. You broke up a little bit.
He was the special prosecutor. I said I don't even understand why this is even news. I mean, to me, this is only news because he was the special prosecutor on the Georgia election fraud case. This is all a distraction.
Yeah. Absolutely, it is. But at this point, it's kind of like, This is bad. It's like,
But
you know,
he just gives, baby.
Look at him. And have
He
you
just
seen
gives
the
me,
way
baby.
he
The
walks?
meat market is open.
Let me tell you something. Have you seen the way he was walking when before all of this blew up? When he was walking behind Fani?
Uh-huh.
Girl, I was like, oh, he's swinging.
He's a meat stretcher.
He's a meat stretcher.
He'll stretch you. Oh, yes.
My God, on today. Whew, text has been sent. You know? Here's ridiculous because they're trying to lock up. Exactly. They don't care. Sean said just the way he's saying it's a slight pooch. You know? We're leaving. Let's go. We have a question for the people, y'all. This actually coincides with what we're talking about today. The question is, would you continue to date someone if the sex is bad, but the person treats you super well?
So I think.
Hey, LeBryce.
I think if the sex is bad, I think that's something that you should definitely talk to the person about. If you value the relationship, if you value them, find ways to spice it up, make it better. Because guess what? Sex is not the only thing that matters at the end of the day. Sex is a good thing now.
It's a great
thing. It is a mighty good thing if it's done right.
Hallelujah.
But at the end of the day, sex don't pay no bills. Sex don't hold you when you need to be held.
Come on, missionary.
Sex is not there. Sex is don't lift you up in the when you in the low places, when you in the valley.
Come on, walk heavy.
When you going through, sex might make you feel good for a few minutes, but that feeling is not gonna last.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to know. I think you should try to work it out with them if the relationship is worth preserving. Now, if you feel like, okay, this ain't it, I ain't in it, then go ahead, go get you another piece of meat.
Yes, he was on Pyro Cocktail Hour last night. This man right here, Leroyce. How you doing, sir? Anywho, I agree with you. I do, but let me say this, because I do feel like it's especially if your freak number is pretty high, and you value those things. Intimacy is I value intimacy more than just sex, because I think sex is separate. Like anybody can have sex, right? But intimacy is something different, and so I think if you're able to learn and grow, which is why dating is so important, instead of just rushing into something like a marriage or something. Like you need to date these people and find out if this is a good fit for you. But I think you can learn people's bodies. I had an ex who in the beginning it wasn't this was pre-army. Yeah, it wasn't good. And as we dated and we continued on, he got way better, and to the point where I was like, oh, are you cheating on him because you got practice? So like, what is going on? Like, he knew what he was doing after a while. And so, but I think he learned my body. He learned what I liked and what I didn't like. And so thank you, Instacart. I just got a message. So yeah, so I don't know. We have a response from the text. She says, I haven't seen it, but the print is a wonderful illusion. Oh.
Ibila Shanda.
Who said that? Dr. Ho, meet us in the office in about 30 minutes. We have to have a conversation, okay? We need to have a department meeting, okay? Lord, I would love to be in a journey right now. So, all right, let's go.
Just got a text from my investigator.
Oh, what did they say? What did they say?
He said it's meaty.
Ooh! We gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. Let's get to our final story of the day, y'all. Y'all know that we have been covering the P. Diddy trial, or the P. Diddy trial. That's not yet, but the P. Diddy situation. Diddy, who no longer runs the city. As you guys know, we talked about his boys being locked up or not being arrested, rather, and held or detained, rather. That's a better word. Detained during the raid that happened. I believe it was last week. Was it last week or this week? It was last week. And then obviously last week he also gave up his shares. I'm at work educating the youth of tomorrow. I ain't fooling with if the pants are tight enough for a print, that's it. Stick to y'all. Y'all get on my nerve. Diddy, girl, you a whole girl. Your son's a pre. Anyway, he gave up his title for revolt. His mule, alleged mule, Brendan, was arrested in in Florida at the same day that he was raided. 50 Cent has been on his neck with the trolling. Okay, Carisha, it's a lot going on, Carisha. Okay, we have Carisha going on.
You're going down.
You're going down. I'm so sorry, girl. You need to move out of Dodge, honey. Then R. Kelly was over there trying to defend his ass, okay, from jail. I don't know where you came from, girl. Okay,
that's the last person you won't defend.
You the last one that should be talking, honey. Okay, and then we had Diddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, who goes by King Combs, his rap moniker, is being accused of drugging and SAing a woman in a new lawsuit. So that's just recently happened. So we have not been seeing CBJ ain't help. I'll get into that, right? We have not been seeing old Diddy boy because he's been gone. But recently, as of like yesterday or the day before, Diddy was seen with Stevie J. Now listen, there's a lot going on. In addition to Stevie J, let me actually move this over here because I want to play this video last because this is just weird. This is a video of Stevie J. No, actually, this is a video of him being seen in public. Take a look, riding a bike. Okay, so allegedly Stevie J is the one that's filming him. What you smiling for, sir? You have
Who was that? That was Diddy on the bike.
That was Diddy on the bike.
Oh, okay.
And that's allegedly Stevie J filming him because they're hanging out together. You know, he's holding him down like.
You know what film I want to see? What's more of an audio?
I'm leaving.
I just love the audio of the alleged Meek Mill Diddy audio tape.
I can't deal with y'all today. Y'all are, and then you know to help Darius. You know they acted up. You know the pyromaniacs acted up, and then you don't help. But anyway, moving on. So I think that Stevie J is holding Diddy down like a good girlfriend should.
Or a good collaborator would, especially if you got some teas you don't want coming out on you.
No, this is a different type of holding down, honey. This is Stevie J, his new boyfriend. Then
allegedly, the street committee said allegedly that Diddy was showing videos of Stevie pounding some queen in, going to Pound Town on some girl, allegedly. Now, we ain't say that. That's what the street said.
That's what the street said. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But this is what Stevie J put out on social media saying, this is what a real Diddy party looks like. Take a look. Sweetie.
Okay, that was cute, but I think
That
the
was
thing
cute for
was, it wasn't really the parties that they was talking about, baby. It was the after parties.
Hello. Because you're talking about the ones that everybody was invited to. We're talking about the secluded parties, the alleged freak-off sessions. Everybody wasn't invited to the alleged freak-off sessions, honey.
Baby, show them rooms where the things. Show them rooms where the things were going on.
Not Stephanie J. She called her Stephanie J. You know, Stephanie J is just helping all the people in that video to get subpoena. A subpoena. Everybody's getting a subpoenas. It's getting a subpoenas. Sean says that's the outside, sir. Show them. Show the rooms. Show the dungeon. Allegedly. Then was trying to say it was knockout. Now the other video was knockout. This new video they talk about is you, Steve. Ooh. Dr. Ho, can you send me that video? Because I need to look at it for research purposes. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks. Dr. Ho has been really putting in a lot of work today. We should talk about his raise in the missionary department because he's been really putting in a lot to today.
You got some extra money in the budget. We can talk.
Okay. Yeah. We thank you. We thank you so much, Dr. Ho, for all of your endeavors and work. She says Stevie high. Stevie's always high, but we're gonna leave that alone. Now, something else happened recently. Let me pull up this here. Hold on, where you at? Oh, girl, come on. Here we go. Was it on Hollywood Unlocked? I think it was on Hollywood Unlocked that I saw this. No. This was on the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Where's she at? Where's she at, girl? There's so much going on with it. It's like it won't stop.
It ain't gonna stop either, but I think this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. Absolutely, it is. Where is he? Everybody's talking. You know what? I'm just gonna play a video. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Just go look.
I don't think it's only celebrities gonna be shook. We have politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rod could be trusted in his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes of stuff.
Now, if Diddy had tapes, threads have them. That's a lot of blackmail.
I mean, I hate to agree with his ass, but Jesse Waters, but he's right. That's a lot of blackmail right there. If what his former security guard is saying or bodyguard is saying, then Diddy, you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And those that you were blackmailing, they're going to make sure that you have a problem to protect their assets. Emphasis on the assets.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a hot mess. What did it say? Child, give me 6 figures so I can. Is that all you want? Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on all of the big drama, all of the big stuff here? Before we get out,
for the Department of Homeland Security, not even the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security to bust in your nose, they already have something, and when they went in, they knew what they were looking for.
Absolutely.
So, we're gonna see after a while. And I do anticipate there's probably some charges coming.
Yep.
And I think a whole lot of other folks is gonna be exposed through this.
I always feel like somebody's watching me. Good luck, Chuck. This is not the one you want. This is, I mean, honestly, you can't keep doing stuff like that, what he's allegedly been doing, and get away with it. Like, there's been allegedly a lot of things that he's done.
You're talking about sex trafficking of minors and
right. Allegedly.
How many laws, allegedly, if it's true, how many laws have been broken?
Right. And how many lives have you affected? Just Cassie alone was one too many. Just what you did to Cassie, what she alleged that you did, was one too many. So if it wasn't just her, who else were you doing this to? Who else have you affected? Who else have you put fear in their life? This is a Jeffrey Epstein / what's his name? The one that the movie producer, Harvey Weinstein.
It is always these people of power and influence.
Yep.
That think that they're above the rules.
Yeah. Whew. Well, that's going to do it for us today, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming on through. We appreciate you guys. Thank you to my brother Darius for coming on through, looking sharp. He came to minister to the people. So we thank you for it.
To spread a word.
Or spread something. And let's go.
Nothing reportable, though.
Nothing reportable. Praise Jesus. Listen, y'all, make sure that you guys listen to our brother Walt B, who is telling you guys to not bring any BS this weekend.
Don't you bring no bullshit in here. 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 Don't you bring no.
Thank you for that sermonic selection, brother, Pastor Walter B. We appreciate you. All right, y'all. We love you guys. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you for all that you guys do, and stay blessed, stay stress-free, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.